We are one-on-one with Megan Connolly, and you got your first debut with the Ireland national team. You got 1 year under your belt here at Florida State. What's the differences between the two?
Well, obviously, especially when I got my first cap against the national team, it's totally different. The senior team, playing against the USA, the physicality is 10 times different to what I experienced at underage, and it's definitely more physical than what I did this year at Florida State. You know, they're older, they're much more experienced, but it was great to get on and get some time there and kind of see how it actually is, you know, up in the senior team and kind of experience it firsthand.
Well, also a big difference has got to be the crowd. I mean, obviously you get a good crowd here at the soccer complex, but playing in front of over 20,000 fans, what was that like for you?
It was kind of surreal because obviously it was the biggest I've ever experienced, but you know, it was very loud, and for them to have that much, you know, fans and support was great. And you know, it was a great experience for me to see that and stuff. But hopefully, you know, hopefully more to come in the future, and I can experience even bigger crowds and kind of, you know, here it's great. You know, even with the Renegades, they're halftime as loud as them, and you know, big credit to them as well for all they do with us. Yeah.
So this was your debut, obviously, but you had a former player with you that you have here at Florida State, or had since she left the team now that she graduated. But you had Megan Campbell out there. How much did that help you, just having a familiar face?
It was great, you know, because especially the first time I came here, it was obviously because of Megan. She mentioned me, and you know, having her when I came over here first time it really helped me last season to kind of fit in, and especially getting back in with the national team, having her there again. It's always great to have her around and have a familiar face. You know, she really kind of helps me here and helps me with the national team to kind of be comfortable around everyone and kind of, you know, fit in. And yeah, it was great to see her.
During the season with Florida State, you had to travel back and forth to Ireland. The same thing kind of with this. You had to travel out there. You guys only had, what, a couple weeks together?
Yeah, only, you know, because everybody, especially in Europe with players playing in England and Ireland, the seasons are different compared to in the US. So we're only kind of getting back to season now in England and stuff. So some people are just starting pre-season, some people are just finished their season, some are starting their season soon. So to get everyone in together at the same time is kind of tough for the manager. But you know, I think we had about a week, you know, to kind of together before the game. But hopefully, as we get near to these European qualifiers and there's the Cyprus Cup coming up, so hopefully there's more time people can get together when the season kind of starts again, to kind of get everything right before the game's coming up.
Yeah, not only is it tough to get everybody together, but how tough is it to play an entire game together to try to get on the same page? What is that like, playing with players that you haven't been with for more than a week or so?
It is tough, but you know, growing up, I played with some of them in underage, and I've been in before with the senior team last year, and I kind of experienced playing with them. But it is tough, kind of obviously playing a game with people. You kind of don't know their kind of game that much, so you can't really kind of work off them. But hopefully, as I move on, that it gets better and kind of get to know everyone's kind of the way they play more. And as we move on anyway, I'd say this year is going to be big for us if we can kind of get to where we want to be. So yeah, I think getting together more and kind of getting the team working together more and training more together would really help us, yeah.
Obviously a lot to come for you in the future, but what was this experience like, just to put this one under the belt for you and to have that experience out in California?
Yeah, it was one of the best experiences to date, definitely, because you know, I personally want to go on and be a professional player and kind of play at the top leagues, and to see the US players and see how professional they are, to see how they kind of play, and just to see them firsthand was amazing. And it kind of really, personally, it really kind of inspired me to kind of work harder and kind of try get where they are, and hopefully one day be as good as they are.
That's Megan Connolly right now wearing the green, but you'll definitely see her in the garnet and the gold next year.